Hello everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Obviously, you know, we've had a bit of a correction in the evening there, and this is on Bitcoin on the 4 hourly, guys. Okay, welcome to CoinsKid. Hope you have been enjoying the videos, guys, and we are building a really strong community now. If you're not a member of the Telegram group, do please head over to the Telegram group and get involved in the community, where you will be updated in real time with trades, you know, and news and technical analysis on various different crypto projects there. That we've got a great bunch of people in there now, you know, young and old, male and female. It's a very mixed bag, and it's all good. You know, there's a lot of questions that are constantly being answered in there, so it is a good thriving group. Okay, guys, so do definitely head over to that Telegram group and check it out. Okay, so basically diving into the Bitcoin chart here then, guys, and as you can see, we have corrected. Okay, we have fallen out of this ascending triangle pattern here. We did fall out of it quite earlier than we was anticipating, to be fair. We did show you the target to the upside, and we've shown you the target to the downside. Now, potentially this plays out, and you are looking at as getting to that target, okay, because that is the target of this ascending triangle, okay. But what you may get is a retest of this as resistance, okay. So you may see Bitcoin push back up, guys, and it looks bullish, okay. It looks like it's recovering and it's going back up. But in actual fact, when you get to this level here, and I'll mark that for you now, guys, so you can see, okay, it's roughly that 54045. You may see Bitcoin get above that. This is the 4 hourly time frame, guys, okay, you know, and we bring you all the latest and updates, and we say what we see here with no bullshit. We tell you what we see, okay. We was saying that, you know, Bitcoin was looking bearish. It was printing multiple bear flags. You got the bearish cross down the 4 hour. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go to oblivion, guys, but what you need to keep an eye on is this target here, because this is the target that potentially you may see us get to, okay. But what you might see is Bitcoin come back up, hit this resistance, hit this support line from the ascending triangle as some form of resistance, get rejected, and then come back down. So you do need to keep an eye on that, okay, guys. If you trade in Bitcoin, please do keep an eye on that. So basically what you could do, keep an eye on the chart. I mean, at the minute it looks to me like it's printing a bear flag, okay. So these bear flags, they tend to sort of creep back up on themselves when the price goes down, and then they just fall out, and then the target is from where it fell. So if you were to say, okay, you know, that is a bear flag, you know, you're looking at a bit of a bear flag there, you would potentially be looking at a further breakdown for Bitcoin out of the bear flag, which would potentially, if it was to fall out, guys, back down, you know, pushing down towards a target there down at 46k, and I believe that area there, roughly 4788, I do believe that that's the 55 EMA on the daily time frame. And you know, that if we get down there, guys, that would be perfectly healthy, okay. It would be a perfectly healthy retest. But what I do want to show you guys is a very bearish pattern that we've discovered on the daily time frame here on CoinsKid, okay. So we're going to jump to this pattern here, okay. So we'll zoom out here, and what this is forming right here, guys, is something called an M pattern, okay. So basically you've got, and an M pattern is it's basically a double top, okay. So you've got that there, then you've got this M here, and roughly it's kind of forming, okay. So what you need to do, you set a trend line in there like this, okay, and that's your trend line, your neckline of the M target. Is basically a double top, guys, okay, and a rollover. So if we was to come down to that particular level, guys, you could see an even bigger dump for Bitcoin, and I'll show you the target right now, guys. So basically, you know, if we was to come down to that level there, which we are targeting out of this descending triangle, and break through this neckline of this potential M pattern, okay, guys, it's where it does a double top like this. You see that? If it was to break down any further, then you would potentially see a bigger dump for Bitcoin. But you may, if you look here, you may get saved by the 55 EMA. If it was to come down that far, guys, you may just see a reversal here, push up, hit its head on this as resistance, close above it, then you know we're back up and we're pushing up, and we've broken, you know, we've tested the levels of support there on that bottom. But what I'm doing, I'm just showing you the bearish scenario, guys, and where the potential play is. So what you do with this, you go from the high of the hem, which is there, down to the neckline, okay, and what you do, you move that from the neckline of the M, wherever you was to break out, guys. So say we hogged this, we lost the 55 EMA, and you can see as well, guys, when we start losing EMAs, like I say to you, the EMAs are a massive indicator of support, okay, and a massive indicator of resistance. So when we start losing these, especially on the daily time frame, guys, you are looking at very bearish momentum and more downside for Bitcoin. So potentially then, if we was to come down, lose the 55, you would be looking at us coming down to this neckline, completing our target there, okay, and then losing this neckline of this M pattern on the daily time frame, guys. Always remember it's a daily time frame as well, so you zoom in out, you're looking at your projects with a broader view, okay, and a zoomed out view, so you can kind of see the trajectory a bit more, because some people, they get a bit bogged down with zooming in too much, you know, the hourly, the 15-minute and the 30-minute. You can't really see the bigger picture of things when you're in that close, okay. So always, like I say to you in the channel, do always zoom out, guys, okay. So anyway, enough rambling on. If we was to go completely bearish now, and that is not off the question, guys, as you know, I covered in yesterday's video, what would be healthy here what would be likely here is to see Bitcoin come down to that 20 weekly EMA, okay. And I did make that video yesterday, guys, to you outlining why Bitcoin does need to do that and how it did it multiple times in the previous bull run, and it's just a test and an act of support in a continuation trend in this entire bull run, and it is much needed in my opinion. You know, we were very overextended, everything was very overbought. You know, you've got like projects that were going parabolic, you know, that straight line that I was showing you in all the videos where it just goes up and up, and then you have the big blow off top, okay. I'm not saying it's all going to go to oblivion, guys. I'm just saying that a healthy retest is probably what's needed, but failing that, you know, we're still super bullish, but I'm just showing you the bearish scenario, guys, so you keep you up to date. So enough rambling on, I do apologize. So out of this neckline here, you could potentially see a further breakdown, and this pattern is repeating in most cryptos as well, guys, okay. This double M, this double top M pattern, okay, even for Ethereum there, okay. So basically you could see us break down, and that would be your target down there, which was almost, it is almost the wedge target that we have in this channel, where we form that falling wedge. So potentially if it was to break down, you may see more of a sell-off and then actually get down to that wedge target that we did target in the channel when Bitcoin corrected up here, you know, and fell out of this wedge pattern just here. You see that, guys, on the daily time frame, this was a rising wedge, and we did say in the video there that, you know, potentially you're looking when things fall out of a rising wedge, they do tend to fall back to where they form the wedge. Some crypto analysis had their target down here because they say that the wedge started there, but personally I believe that wedges start at this point, okay. I may be wrong, but that's what I've always done, and it always seems to play off for me, okay. So that is, you know, that's a bloodbath. That's a multi-year bear market down there. This is some kind of support. It's potentially the weekly 55, okay. Potentially, but this level here, right here, is our new target if we was to fall out now of this M pattern, okay. So we got the neckline of the M pattern, you see that's created like an M, but again, guys, you don't trade it until it breaks, okay. This is a potential play, okay. So what you may see is Bitcoin go up, hit its head on this as resistance, failing that, you know, it's its head and gets through, and then back to support, and away it goes again, and it's a lovely reversal. But you could see it break down, okay. You will see a bit of a test on this 55 EMA, probably bounce up, but if it was to fall through it, and you know, and get rejected and then lose this neckline of this M pattern right here, you would be looking at that potential target down there at 33,777 per Bitcoin, guys. So that's basically a bit of coverage on Bitcoin, and it's pretty similar coverage for Ethereum, but I will dive into the Ethereum chart for you right now, guys. And obviously, you know, the bullish outlook is we get the reversal here, okay, we get back into this descending triangle, and then we take out the triangle and get up to that upside. So you can see that's our neckline target, guys, okay, of the descending triangle, okay. And then potentially this neckline of the M, this could end up being anywhere. It could be there, could be there, could be there, could be there. So that moves up with time, okay. So as the days go by, because don't forget this is a daily time frame, guys, and things do take a little bit longer to play out on the daily. That's why I do say zoom out, so you get a broader view, okay. So again, just to clarify, guys, you know, we may see this bounce here, push up, do target this neckline of this descending triangle for a level of rejection, or get through, backtest, level of support, which will be great because you would see us above this 20 EMA again. And you can see when we do have that correction there, like we did here, where we got this bounce off a neckline of this M, okay, we got back above in that big candle there, got back above the 20 EMA, and you could see once we get back above that and back test it as support, guys, we were off and we made that new high. So we could potentially be looking at that very similar play there, where we've just fell under the support, you know, and get back above, get back into this descending triangle, back test it support and break through, and there's your target up there, guys, at 63,875. So hopefully I've brought you enough information on there for Bitcoin. You know, I could say to you it's going to do this, guys, or it's going to do that. I'm just showing you where, you know, that the probabilities are, okay, and at the moment, you know, I would say there's a high statistic, high probability of this happening, because we are in a bearish push down. We are sort of in a downtrend at the moment, okay, but you know, always look at every single target. Right, I'm going to jump onto Ethereum right now, guys, for you, okay. So with Ethereum, guys, you know, I did say to you yesterday that this was a bullish pattern, okay. We are on the daily here. Well, I'll jump to the 4 hourly time frame here, guys. So yesterday I did say to you guys, if you watched the Ethereum video, that we had this pickup here and we looked like we're reversing, we're doing really well. But I did say to you that the 20 EMA was coming down, and you're potentially looking at us hitting our head on this kind of broadening channel here, okay, which is actually a bearish continuation pattern, guys, because we fell into it, okay, and we started forming this broadening sort of channel there, okay, and we did hit our head on there, got rejected by the 20, which validated this entire head and shoulders move, guys, because I did say to you that once you get back above the neckline, okay, and you back test it at support, that invalidates that head and shoulders pattern there. So this head and shoulders pattern that we've been targeting in the channel, okay, for well over a week now, guys, that we noticed this pattern in the channel there. We have been targeting this, and we said if it breaks down, go short, and you are looking at that potential 11% short, and obviously with leverage trading you can get that. I actually, you know, I actually did short Ethereum, and I shorted Bitcoin as well, but I am guilty of closing it too early, okay. I closed it on the wick because I did see a bit of a recovery, and those, you know, the fact that we hit our target down there, that you take profits, guys, okay. So basically this was all valid, and it would have been invalidated if this had got this neckline. If the price action had got back above the neckline, back to support, then you know that the move was invalidated, okay, guys. So we actually broke through. You can see it's come back up, got rejected, and pushed further back down. So for Ethereum, guys, to be honest with you, you know, we do need a recovery, because Ethereum is not looking too healthy, guys, and I'll show you in a minute why. But here, just here, we do look like we are forming another bit of a bear flag there, guys, okay. So we do need to pay attention to that, because what you could see in the short term for Ethereum, okay, is you could potentially see this, guys. So you're looking at a potential bear flag forming again, okay, because what happens, guys, okay, when on the way up, you push up, you have a consolidation, you push up, you have a consolidation, you push up, you have a consolidation. And it's the same with when you go bearish, guys. When the market sort of collapses around you, you'll see it won't just keep going down and down and down. It goes down, consolidates, goes down, consolidates, goes down. So it's just basically a reversal of the way it goes up, and that it is as simple as that, until you can form something called like a double bottom or something, where you go up like this, okay. What's going to happen here? You've got this bottom out there, then you push up quite when you do get the recovery, you do tend to see more of a diagonal and more of a volume coming as well. You've got to keep an eye on this green candle volume, guys, as well, because obviously the selling is higher than the buying, okay. So you need to see that sort of diagonal push, okay, not necessarily trading in the channel like that, but it's almost like a V-shape recovery, okay. So you see that, and what you do, you go up and you get rejected, and you come back down and you form something called a double bottom, and that is always really, really good and indicative of a trend reversal, guys, okay. So at the moment we're not painting that, we're just consolidating, going down, consolidating, going down. Do you get what I mean? There are projects out there that are forming double bottoms, so we will target those in the channel, guys. So do stay tuned to the channel, okay. It's not completely bearish scenario. We may see reversal on Ethereum, but what I'm going to show you now is basically we do look like we are forming another bear flag, okay. And your potential of that is obviously where you broke out of this and formed the bottom, and then, you know, if you was to break out up here or wherever up there, say over the next few hours you had another breakdown, then you would potentially looking at Ethereum just continually dropping, guys, and going down to those levels. So, you know, to invalidate that, you do need to see Ethereum break out of this bear flag, okay, go up, okay, and probably consolidate a little bit more, come back down and test this bottom again as support, get the bounce before it continues up again, and get above this neckline again and get up to these levels up here, guys. But at the moment from a technical point of view, Ethereum doesn't look too healthy, guys, and I'll show you this on the daily time frame, just like Bitcoin. So just like Bitcoin, you can see there we have got this double top M pattern there, guys. Okay, so it's a little bit messy, so I'm going to look at another chart. So we'll go to this chart on Ethereum. Okay, so with Ethereum, guys, we have got this M pattern forming again, just like we have on Bitcoin. Okay, so that's your M there, that's the neckline of the M roughly. Okay, on the daily time frames, drop it down a little bit, give you a bit more room to breathe, guys. So basically you've got it where we've gone up, we've made that top, we've come back down, we've failed to make another high, and we're basically forming this M pattern. Once we break that neckline there, support, okay, we could potentially dump really quite significant for Ethereum, and I'll show you the target, guys. Okay, so it's the high, okay, down to the neckline, and you can see that if we was to lose that, okay, at any point along here, if we was to break down, you will be looking at M pattern and pushing us down, and you do have a target down there, guys, for Ethereum, a long-term target. If we was to go completely bearish now of $867, and that does sound a bit drastic, but it, you know, again, if we was to bring up the EMAs, we'll look at the EMAs on a weekly. You can see that it's just a 55 retest, guys. Okay, so you will see this. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but what you look, if we look at the previous bull run, guys, Ethereum, well, we've not got enough data there, but on the last bull run, you would almost guarantee that, you know, I do say to you, you want to see these retests, okay, as long as we don't lose that weekly 55, you know, and go completely bearish. That's what I said to you. If you lose the 55, you're in a bear market. So we could come back down there, retest that as support, and still be in an uptrend and still be really bullish on Ethereum long term. So what you do need to see here, guys, is this move invalidated. Like I said to you, we'll jump back to the daily. Like I said to you, like I said to you, these patterns don't play out until they break these necklines of support. Exactly like the head and shoulders pattern, guys. It wasn't a valid head and shoulders pattern until it broke that support, okay? So what you could see here is Ethereum, not necessarily, I'm just showing you potentially what could happen, come down, bounce on this neckline for a bit, lose it, back test it as support, and then come down, and you would potentially see us coming down to that level. Failing that, you may see something called a fake out, guys. So basically it's just a bear trap, basically. So, you know, you could see Ethereum just keep pushing down, okay, pushing down, back test it as support, fall through, back test it, look like it's going down, then come back up and get through and just smash an all-time high. So they're the probabilities. That's what you do in trading. So what you need to do, if you are looking at this trade, you just wait for it to actually play out, guys, okay? But, you know, if you was confident that we are in going to enter a little bit of a mini bear market, then you could say that you're looking at a potential correction for Ethereum of 45% down to that level, guys, and that is not unheard of in bull markets, guys. You know, you do see things correct to those levels. So that's just something that's could be on the cards for Ethereum. Failing that, what you do need to see on the daily especially, guys, is get back above this EMA, the 55 EMA. It's quite a bullish candle there, it's not too bad. Bullish hammer, they're called bullish hammers, where the body of the candle's higher than the wick, okay? So basically you need to get through there, back test it, support, push through and march on for Ethereum. And pretty something similar to like that when we had this correction, we were going down, we got back through, and then we got back through the 20, back tested it and went up, but look, unfortunately we failed to make that high there. So you can kind of see that it is running out of steam a little bit, this move. So potentially you are looking at that retest, guys. Not financial advice, okay? Do take care, guys. Tread with caution, and I'll be back today with more videos in the channel. Please do head over to the Telegram group there, guys, and do get involved in the community. I really do appreciate all your comments, and your sharing is caring, so please keep sharing on social media. I do see lots of the videos shared on Twitter, which is brilliant because it's bringing more people into the channel. It's helping them, it's educating them, and it's all good. We're all learning in this place, in this space together, guys. Do take care. Bye bye.